And please feel free. One thing I've come to learn when it comes to the cryptocurrency space is the biggest mistake you do is to think I know this. And I realized this when I was in a meeting and a simple question was asked, what is cryptocurrency? And all of us there were crypto enthusiasts. What is cryptocurrency? All of us gave different answers. If it was that simple, we'll give the same answer. You understand? Even if I ask right now in this class, even now as I'm asking now, some of you are already like, what's my definition of cryptocurrency? I'm already sending you on an errand mentally. Crypto, so somebody stops you, or your child asks you, your 6-year-old child, what is cryptocurrency? It's not going to be as straightforward as you think you know. That means that you might think you know something, but you may not be able to explain it to the next person. So that challenge is, I think I learned something once, and there's a difference between intelligence and brilliance. Have you thought about that before? If somebody is intelligent, it does not mean the person will be brilliant. Okay, now you're also struggling with what's the difference. Everybody is intelligent. I hope you know that. No. Everybody is intelligent. Every human is intelligent because we have something that animals don't have. Animals are controlled by instincts, we are not. So what controls us is what? Intelligence. We can make decisions. But not every human is brilliant every time. Brilliance has to do with shining. Has to do with what? Flash. So, sorry? Outstanding, yeah. So, Olamide might be brilliant in an instant, but if you take her from here and put her here, the brilliance will team. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he might be brilliant here, but you pull him from this one and put him where Olamide's class and put the same problem before them. She probably would be more brilliant. Or in fact, she might be brilliant and he will struggle. It doesn't mean he's not intelligent. So brilliance is about displaying your intelligence in an instance when the occasion calls. So we all are intelligent, maybe at different levels, right? But the fact is that we cannot be brilliant at the same, there's some places you feel like you are not there, you don't exist at all. But they move from there, put you somewhere else. Or there are some people that if you put them in front, put them on this stage, they will die. Put them at the forefront. But back end, oh my God, they will fix everything. You will not, it will be like saying no problem. Generate everything is settled. That's where their brilliance is. That's where, man, you put them there and they shine. But pull them, say, this guy is good at this. Let's bring him, let him now come out, and he's a leader, let him come out. You don't kill him down. It's gone. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this definition is mine. So I want you to please open your mind. And let's take this one at a time. And it's not me lecturing, it's more like we're a team, we're learning, we are brainstorming, and we are moving on. So this is just the beginning. This is the first module. So we'll talk about a couple of things. And I want to start with what we understand today as cryptocurrency. First of all, we must understand that we have what's called fiat currency, FIAT. We all know that, right? Now, fiat currency at some point was backed by gold. So that means that if a country's entire money, if the money in a country is say $1 trillion, it means you have a $1 trillion equivalent in gold and a reserve that you can. Who has seen the movie Money Heist? You haven't. That's why this community is the way it is. You people don't play. Your problem is stronger than fun. The last time in this guy said, who goes to the club? Everybody says no. Now, what? You want to start that conversation? I said, who goes to the club? Everybody says no. I said, no, the club is that. I said, no, it depends on the club you go to. There are clubs you go to, you enjoy yourself, and it's decent. And everybody says no. Where we did that, they go to church. Some say the club, when we go to church, don't we also sing? I said, no, that's not what I'm talking about. There are 5 pillars in our lives, at least, amongst the fitness, F, fun, faith, family, finance. So most of us, we think about finance, and then we think about faith. Then we think about family. Fitness and fun, 0. How many of us hits the gym? How many of us, I know. How many of us have paid for the gym before? 3 months, 6 months. You go for 2 days, babu, ended. So fitness and fun. Do you understand? But that's part of this, our lives. They have these 5 pillars, they happen at the same time. It's not like, year 1 to 10, you will do faith. Year 10 to 20, you do family. 30 to 40, you do finance. No, it's not like that. They're all happening at the same time. The day you die, everything just stops. I want you to go to this, let me show you something that probably scare you. I want you to go to, there's a site, worldpoverty.io. I'll check if it's correct. Worldpoverty.io. Put the exact date you were born. You will see the exact date you should die, depending on the country you live in. You know, right?
What do you call it again?
Worldpoverty.io. World poverty. I hope that's correct. Worldpoverty.io. But don't bury yourselves in there now. Depending on your country, if you put Nigeria, you will see the date you should die. If you put Canada, you will see. If you put US, you see the date, depending on the life expectancy. Okay? And then you will understand if you're living on borrowed time and what you should use it for. See, everybody is looking at it. Okay, don't bury yourselves after that. This you will enjoy this class. Okay. So there's a whole lot you see. That place is going to show you that site. You will see how many persons run out of poverty every single moment, every single minute, and you would see how many persons in Nigeria run into poverty every minute. Every minute you see how many. Let me show you something, so that you will not be like, see, just hold on. Let me see if I'll even find it. Do you want to see it?
Yes, yes.
You see it? Okay. It's not up. Okay. So you can see people in the world living in extreme poverty. So you have 700 million people living in extreme poverty. So it's like these are people that are kind of running out. Let's see. Let's look at countries. Nigeria. It's been a while I used this, so okay, let's see. Nigeria. Total number of people living in extreme poverty, 88 million. Alright, that's 41% extreme poverty. The population is estimated to be 214 million. 88 million people are living in extreme poverty. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, so target escape rate. Have you seen this place where the cursor is? The target escape rate is 0.3 persons per second. The current escape rate is 3 minus 3.3 people per minute. It means every minute 3.3 persons in Nigeria run into poverty. The estimated rate 0.3 should leave every second. But right now, every minute, I should be talk now. You know how many people don't enter poverty? Do you understand? But let me see if I can find out our place. That's, I know that's what everybody wants to know when they're there.
Yeah, I know.
Let me see. Okay, poverty related to. Sorry? Let me see. Hold on. If you put there's a place once you put your age, your exact age. If you say you're in Canada, it will tell you, depending on the life expectancy, it will tell you when you should actually die. If you're in Nigeria, it should tell you. Many of us are, I think Nigeria, the life expectancy 50, 46 or 54. So some of us are already living on borrowed time. Okay, alright, so let's get to the fun. So the reason I said that is that please have fun. So I was going to say something. What brought me here was that movie, Money Heist. Have you seen the movie, Money Heist? You've seen it? Are you sure? You've seen the second? You've seen it? Yes. And you're not sure? You haven't seen it? You have to see it. Yeah. You've seen it. You've seen it in the end. You need to see it. So, Money Heist, you should go see the movie. Again, the problem with seeing movies is that I might see movies with a different lens. You will see it with a different lens, okay? So, they invaded the Bank of Spain, alright? And they eventually invaded the Royal Mint. That's where you have the reserve, gold, physical gold, okay? And when the entire operation got busted, sort of, they moved out the gold, and then another set of thieves went to disguise as military men and whisked. When I mean gold, it's gold that will fill this house, like massive bars of gold. So what they did, they knew that they had a plan that this thing could happen. So what they did was they had to get copper, is it copper or another metal coated, gold coated, but it's not pure gold, right? The same quantity, and kept it somewhere. So when it became apparent that that one had been whisked and the leaders of the heist had been arrested, but the government was asking that they return the gold. So it was like they were at crossroads. They needed to return the gold. They had to make arrangement for the gold-plated metal to be brought in as gold. Then the person in charge of the operation then said, went inside and came back and said that that's not gold. He was really furious. And the leader of the heist, the professor, then told him that I'm offering you a way out. The people out there do not know that it is not gold. What the world and the world economy wants to understand is that the gold has been returned. How many persons do you think will go in there to verify that it's gold? So I'm offering you a way out. You will win as a champion, as in you have gotten the gold back. I believe, because you are not going to get the real gold. I don't even know where it is. But I'm saving you, I'm saving your job, I'm saving the government of Spain. Because suddenly, the stock market, everything that has to do with Spain was just going down. And the professor told him that by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, what you see today is just going to be a piece of cake. The economy is going to suffer really badly. So the man looked at it and said, well, it was like a win-win that day. But for me, the story is that they're simply telling us that when the government tells us we have something to back your money, how do you know they are telling you the truth? Have you ever verified? If they say Nigeria has so millions or trillions of dollars in their reserve, do you have a way of verifying? The only reason when I give you 20 naira, you accept it as 20 naira is because you trust the government that this is what? 20 naira. The government will say 20 naira. But this is the irony of it. How many politicians in governmental offices do you trust? How many do you trust? But these are the ones that say this is 20 naira, or they take it, it's 20 naira, you take it. And you give it to Stallone, and Stallone also takes it. Give it to Informa, Informa takes it. Yet we don't trust these people. So you see, fundamentally there's a trust issue. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's how fiat currencies operate. So at some point, I think in 1971, under President Nixon, he stopped backing the dollar with gold. So when you beat $1, it doesn't mean that there's an equivalent of gold on the other side. So it became, we just thinking that the government said, trust this to be $1. Now the challenge here is that because there is not, When it was truly and truly backed by gold, it means that you cannot print money except you have the gold equivalents in the reserve. True?
Yeah.
But when that reserve, that control is pulled out, it means you can print money at any point in time. Okay? Who comes to ask you? Who comes to tell you? We want to print $1 billion. Do you agree? Who comes to ask you? So they pass through, they go through the legislative process, whatever, whoever agrees, blah, 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 blah. But they are the same people that you don't trust that do that agree in your and my behalf. You understand? And now that's the reason we also have inflation eating away. Here's the thing. If you leave, let me explain what my understanding is very simple. And that's that. You know, if we are in a community and we have some earning power and we want to buy this book, and this book goes for $1 or it goes for 100 naira. If I come and I'm willing to buy it for 100 naira, she's a seller, and I'm willing to buy it for 100 naira. You are willing to buy it for 100 naira. You are willing to buy it for 100 naira. Olamide also sells hers, but she sells hers at 150. You are willing to buy at $100. You're willing to buy at $100. Abdul also sells his at like 180. Do you know, because of our willingness to buy at $100, we will push them to sell to bring their prices down. That's a force, because we all come to buy here. Alright? But let's say now we here, they start to say, oh, because her earning power has actually increased, she starts to say, well, I don't care. Well, I'm willing to buy, even if it's 150. Legend says he's willing to buy 150. Dominic says he's willing to buy 150. Mr. Green says he's willing to buy 150. You see, there's a divide in the community, right? Right? There's a divide in the community. When her stock finishes, and we're willing to buy for 150, and she does not have stock for a while, the rest of us, because we need it, we shift to buying at 150. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, when she comes back and she buys and she restocks, naturally she'll think, if people are willing to buy at 150, why am I selling at 150? So technically or automatically it's going to shift the price of this same thing, and it becomes, we're willing to buy at 150. The price has gone up. So the next thing is, I'm trying to work so hard so that I can meet up at that 150 demand, that rate of 150. He's trying to work hard. You see, it puts some strain on us. She that's unable to do that, she's still earning at that level where she can buy at 100, and now strangulates her. The same thing for her, the same thing for her. You get what I'm saying? It begins to strangulate her. That's how. So once there is too much money in the economy, people wouldn't mind. And let's buy. So the force of dragging the cost down and retaining the value of money is no longer that. And the more money you have, everything in life, the more you have, the lesser the value. So the more money you have in the system, the lesser the value. So, what happens? It goes up, inflation. So things just tighten up. So we're just trying to see where all of these whole things has come up. And what the government is that the government also have a mechanism that they use to bring money in. I mean, they use to control the economy. That the economy just will not just fly. Will not just go on like that. And so they introduce interest, they introduce different monetary policies to control. So the essence of cryptocurrency, or the essence of the cryptocurrency invention, is basically to say, why are we allowing a few persons to make all the decisions? You get what I'm saying? Why are we allowing a few persons to make all the decisions?
Beautiful family.
Okay.
Oh yeah, big one.
Abdul said he wants to come to my house. Very patient. So all of that. So you understand, right? Now the story I'm saying, I'm telling you now, it's not like it's entirely new. We know, right? But sometimes we probably don't understand how this works. So that's why we're going through this route. So what are cryptocurrencies? Simply put, they're what? Digital assets that can be used as to exchange value, one, and also to store value. It's not just about exchange. It's about changing value. Exchanging value means, I like to use this example when I talk to people. I say, for instance, when I do network marketing presentations, I tell people that when you're talking to people, you must understand that if she has value and I have value, we can transact. But if I have value and she does not have value, we cannot transact. If I talk from now to tomorrow, nothing will happen. So that is why you need to begin to win people. That's why me, I like the digital way. It's very nice. You know, the digital world allows you to profile people. Allows you to, before I give you my time, I need to know. That's why some cases, I've seen cases where you want to register for a particular program. And it's a physical mentorship stuff. They ask you a few questions. What is your earning capacity? You earn up to $1,000, $5,000. You've seen that before. And then when you say you earn up to $1,000, they say, well, unfortunately, you are not qualified for this, blah, blah, blah. Or you also say that there are no space, there's no seats, no spot for you. Why? The person you want to see is only willing to see the people that are earning up to $10,000, $20,000 a month, because probably the program they are going in for is at least $5,000. You get what I'm saying? Okay? So when we talk about exchanging value, cryptocurrency helps in that it does that. You can exchange value because I have Bitcoin and you have something that I want. I can use the Bitcoin to buy, to give to you, and I get that thing from you, right? And so for starters, if you want to get into buying, there's no way you can just wake up from one night use cryptocurrency to buy cryptocurrency. You must first of all use fiat currency to get into the cryptocurrency world. And then begin. So everybody entered into the cryptocurrency world through what? Fiat. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Everybody, your first Ethereum, your first Bitcoin, your first Litecoin, you bought with what? Fiat currency. So once we get in there, some of us, once we get in there, we don't come out again. Once we go there, you just take your 10 million naira, put it inside, you're not coming out again. Just go from crypto to crypto, you understand? The only time you come out is you want to spend something. I know some people in this room, that's what you do. That's what they just come out. After that one, they are still there. And it's a beautiful space to be. So why should anyone want a digital coin like Bitcoin? Because, like I said, it's a way for you to carry out your transaction without a third party. All of us, all of us in fact, we grew up in this generation, we grew up to see that there has to be a middle person. There has to be a middle person. That's why we want to discuss something that, you see, Jesus said, if you have issues with somebody, Jesus said, if you have issues with somebody, alright, if you have issues with somebody, what should you do? You should approach the person. Naturally, what we do is that we want the third person to listen to us. Does that make sense? We want the third person to listen to us. Who could call somebody to not be part of it? Because we have been schooled to do what? To think that there has to be a third person. Does that make sense? Hello? So that's a trick. Now, like I said when we started, for many people, it might seem like what we're talking about is elementary, they know it already, but I can assure you if you're called upon to explain it, that becomes a challenge. So we will get into more difficult, we're going to get into more challenging subjects, but we need to get the foundation right. Do you agree? Hello, do you agree? Okay, great stuff. So that's it. So what enthusiasts of cryptocurrency feel like, we don't need a middle person. I'll tell you what the banks do, and I'll tell you what the cryptocurrency world has represented replaced the bank. I'll show you that shortly. So in this case, we're saying enthusiasts of the cryptocurrency world is saying that, okay, you know what? We don't need a third person. We don't need a middle person. Can't we just transact as a matter of trust? Can't we just transact? And that's how cryptocurrency was born. So we've talked about inflation and what inflation does. Generally takes prices up, then makes it a lot difficult for people. And then inflation is caused by what is called quantitative easing. That's what printing more money, printing more money, printing more money. Okay? And we no longer trust that system. So now let's look at this. The next thing I want to talk about is what's a blockchain technology. Now we've talked about why it's important, why cryptocurrency was born in the first place. Hello. I can jump all of this if we feel we know this already. We can jump in and just go further. Okay? Because I need to draw energy from the room. So the room is distracted immediately. So what is talking about is we know what is doing. So we just stop and just jump. Do you want us to jump? There are some people that have been in this community for 6 months. You sit them down, tell me about cryptocurrency. The only thing they know is we can buy Ether and sell, buy T-Fuel and sell, buy Litecoin and sell. That's it. Any other. But this is what I believe in. Knowledge makes a man fit for slavery. You want to say that? Knowledge makes a man what? Unfit for slavery. Whenever somebody controls you, it's because he knows more than you do. But having the fundamental knowledge of where we are, my friends, we are sticking so much in this space. Time and energy, do we really know about it? Okay? So, blockchain. It's important because no middleman. Before now, we want a bank. Even now, fiat currency, me, I prefer, if you say give me money, I prefer send me your account details. Why? There's a proof of transaction that I sent the money to you. Does that happen to you too? Somebody says pay me and you feel like send me your account details. So you can't deny it tomorrow. We've all grown to be that way. There has to be a third person. There has to be some record to show that I sent the money to you. Okay? And that middle person is to ensure that there is trust and that we can deal and close our eyes. This thing is also existent in cryptocurrency world. That's why you have Binance making money now. You don't understand? You know you can actually talk with her and she agrees to sell something to you and you just send Litecoin or whatever to her wallet straight away. Without P2P, you can just send straight to her. You get that? Do you know you can send money straight to her without the Binance operation of P2P? You just send to her wallet straight. Do you know that? You can just send money to her MetaMask, to her trust wallet straight away, no intermediary. You know you can do that, right? But many of us are more comfortable when it's Binance. Because inside of the programming has been there has to be a third person. There has to be a third party. But of course we trust the person very well. You can tell me, I'll do the transfer. That's the essence of that's the thing that's driving the cryptocurrency world. So with the blockchain, it's a technology that records the data. I'm going to show you in a bit how it works. That records the data of the transactions and all of that. Just so that you can explain it. If you get to the village, you get to your family meeting and say, this thing that you people are everywhere, what exactly is it? You should be able to explain it. Now, it's also surprising, I've said it before, it's also surprising that in this class as we are, probably the vast majority in this class, they're not right. And the faintest, the bluntest pencil is sharper than the sharpest or brightest mind. The bluntest pencil is sharper than the sharpest, brightest mind. Whenever we go for trainings, let's prepare, let's write, put it down. That's the key. Alright? Let's put it down. It's important. So, now, with this thing, all the records are stored in computers and algorithms. Now we keep saying algorithm. What's the meaning of the word algorithm? What's the meaning of the word? Yes, response. What's the meaning of the word algorithm? Yes, right. We keep saying algorithm. Is there anybody that hasn't heard that word before? So what's the meaning of the word algorithm? Sorry? Okay. Abdul says algorithm is a set of numbers. Okay, yes, go ahead. Any other definition? Thank you. Any other definition? Okay, a set of numbers between 0 and 1. Yes? Where you check out? You check out when she give me the definition of those things I check out. Stop! So what did she say? No, I didn't say it. You say it again. What did she say? So all of you heard that one? But how come none of us have checked that thing before? Algorithm, what is it? Because you felt you understood it. That's how you feel that you wrote your seed phrase somewhere, and one day you find out you found it. You want to check and it's gone. So algorithm, a process or set of rules to be followed in calculations or problem solving. It's important because I'm going to link them. A problem solving, especially by a computer. So the information, all right, of this transaction, look at it. The information, okay, of this transaction, when you pay someone and all of that, this information here is formed with blocks. These blocks are created every 10 minutes. So there's something happening between Marianne, right? Sorry, Marianne. Okay, and Stallone. Something is happening. And something is also happening between Olamide and Abdul. Okay, something is happening between Mr. Opay and let them go over there. And then all of these things are happening in 10 minutes. Do you understand? These things are stored as information inside a ledger. It's like a book. You write, okay, transaction, this one bought, this, in this case. So that book that you would call in account like a ledger is what is referred to as what? As blocks. Then every 10 minutes a block is closed. Do you understand? Yeah. Do you understand? Basically. Now, if it was a manual store and she is probably an attendant, a customer. She's a customer service person. He's a customer. She's a customer service person. This is also a customer. And the rule is that set of rules, the algorithm is that whenever there's a dealing, there has to be a record. Whenever there's a dealing, there has to be a record. Whenever there's a dealing, there has to be a record. Do you understand? That is the modus of operation. And there's a way the record should be written. The customer service name first, the customer's name. And the transaction on the right. That's the rule. So when the manager comes, and what the manager wants to look at is, was it done according, was there a record? Was the record done according to the set rule? That's the only way it plugs in. The same thing here. That's the way it plugs in. Otherwise, this data will be floating. It will not plug in. The same thing there. You see, did it happen? That's how it plugs in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, when all of these things happen, within 10 minutes, the block is closed. So it's more like what has happened in bank. They say you balance your books, right? And then something like you take the red line and boom, this side is closed. The next one is another set of transactions. These things happen manually, physically. The same way, that's how they happen here in 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, a block is closed. So do you understand what a block is now? A block is what? Is what? Is when we talk about, we're talking about when we see a block, we say it's like a set of transactions, okay, that have happened according to the set algorithm within a set period of time, 10 minutes. Have I confused you or made it clear? Is it clear? It's still confusing. Don't make it still confusing. Is it clear? Okay, good. So So a block is done, right? So this information is formed with blocks, and these blocks are printed every 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, that block is formed and cannot be accessed. That is, it is closed and cannot be accessed again. That data then gets stored into the blockchain, and the next block starts. Question is, what then is the blockchain?